Alright, back at it again with some drawing. What is this on my drawing? Just debris. Debris. Alright, I want to continue this drawing, and I really want to get this drawing done. So we're gonna try to film some drawing videos. I have been crazy busy. The semester had just started. All good stuff. And I've been having an interesting time. So I made a discovery. You can make popcorn in the microwave without buying the pre-bagged microwave popcorn. Don't worry, the first time I made it was at my parents' house yesterday. I used a microwave-safe bowl with a lid. That worked. It definitely worked. It made popcorn, but oh my god, the bowl was hot. The bowl was spicy. I burned all of my fingers on the bowl. And we found out that you can use a brown paper lunch bag, which gets a lot less hot than a bowl, to make popcorn. So I tried that today. And the bowl method, you microwave it for a lot longer than the bag method. I really burned. I thought I was going to set off the smoke detector in my place, and I've been honestly just smelling burnt popcorn all day. Great experiment. So, yeah, just a little bit of oil, some kernels, a little bit of salt, and 2 to 3 minutes, just until the popping just about slows down. You can make popcorn in the microwave without the dangerous carcinogenic chemicals that come in the bagged stuff. After this video, I'm probably gonna make more popcorn, honestly. It is not overly greasy. Depending on how much oil you add, it is perfect. Good snack. And I know this intro is very off-topic. Very off-topic indeed. But let's talk about what I actually want to talk about in today's video, and that is hobbies. I know, I am a woman of many hobbies. Or I guess you could say we're all entities that need hobbies, you know? Of course, the obvious one is drawing and video making. I enjoy it. It's just a fun thing to occupy my time between school and work. And I think everybody needs at least some kind of hobby. And my colleague put it nicely. Everyone needs a physical hobby to get their body physically moving, their body stimulated. And everyone needs a creative or mental hobby. And that is, I think, is incredibly true. You need something that'll occupy your mind, take up your time, and just give you something outside of the day-to-day to work with. Obviously, I have video making and drawing as my creative hobby. It's a great outlet for stress and just loads of fun to work on. And I've kind of let that hobby expand and grow into video making and, making these drawings into coloring books, all that fun stuff. But I haven't talked about any physical hobbies. I don't just sit at my desk I don't go to work to sit at a desk all day, to come home to sit at a desk all day. I have, I guess you could say a physical hobby. And this one, I haven't had a ton of time to work on. Last week I did. I had a lot of time to work on it, so I did. And that's running. I need something ridiculous and time-consuming to occupy my time once I get my degree, because that's taking a lot of my bandwidth. And I'm like, what better, I thought it'd be fun to run some 5-10Ks, maybe someday I'll run a marathon. And my brain always thought, that's probably the furthest you'll ever go, is in a marathon. And then I started just learning about different races, and I found out ultra running is actually very accessible. So I've been running as a physical hobby. I still do rollerblading and going to the gym as self-care, but actually legit running training has been so amazing. One, it helps me think when I'm physically exercising, sometimes I get drawing ideas or video ideas, which is always beneficial, but it is a great physical outlet for stress. So whenever I get like a spare hour at home, I'll put on my running shoes and run for an hour or so. And I quickly learned last week, between walking at work, rollerblading, and running, I went over 50 kilometers because I play Pokemon Go, and they have bonuses. Each week, if you go a certain distance while playing the game, you earn a bonus. And one of those bonuses for going 50 kilometers in a week is a 10-kilometer egg. And these eggs go into like a bonus storage. So I want to get all 12 of my egg slots, 10-kilometer eggs, including the bonuses. And to do that, I'm going to have to, for 3 separate weeks, go 50 kilometers. So I did that. I completed that last night. It's a Monday, I'm filming this. And I think I overdid it with the running. My legs are not amused. So I'm going to give it a week off of running. And I'll rollerblade and go to the gym as always. Because, physical maintenance on the vessel that is my body. And it's just good to zone out and watch YouTube videos while lifting weights. Or listening to sea shanties. Don't knock it till you try it. Sea shanties are great. But honestly, if you don't really have any hobbies, and I understand a lot of people are like, video games are hobbies. And yeah, video game can be a hobby, but you should have I'm not going to say constructive hobbies, because video games can totally be constructive. They can be creative. They can be all these things, and I play video games, so I can't. That's the pot calling the kettle black, but you need something to work on where you can just shut your brain off and make something tangible, I guess you could say. Something you could show your friends and family and be like, I did this. And it'd just be a whole lot of fun. This little pattern I'm drawing here is kind of reminding me of cell division. I've done this weird goopy pattern before, but I've never done it in a circle. So yeah, and I'm always one for developing hobbies. I've been drawing for years, and every so often on one of my desk shelves, I have what I'm calling my ugly blanket. I like to knit, but it's more of a winter thing I like to do because it gets hot in the summer, and the blanket I'm knitting it is essentially wearing the blanket, and it gets sweaty and hot. But I've always won for a good hobby. I don't know how these unscripted topics will be. It's just gonna be something to talk about. And I think hobbies can be so fulfilling. And if you just come home, watch TV, or scroll social media, and you don't really do anything, you just go to work, come home, and kind of zone out, I'd recommend experimenting with some hobbies, maybe some crafts. Maybe you might like woodworking. One thing I've always wanted to get into, but I live in an apartment, so that would be very frowned upon, is metalworking. I would love to get my own metal shop and have my own forge so I can do castings. I know that tin and bismuth are very good casting metals, but if you're going to be melting down tin objects you find, make sure there's no lead in them. And I just think that is such a fascinating thing. One thing I'd love to cast and make is tiny anvils. That'd be fun. Oh yeah, here's a 1-pound anvil made out of tin. It's so pointless. But That's like, even my friend, they had a barn, and I wanted a charcoal grill, so, I did the sane person thing, and we went to a steel scrapyard, and we picked up it was like either eighth inch? Yeah, I think it was 1/8 inch diamond plate steel, and we welded me a charcoal grill out of steel. That thing is so durable, you could probably hit it with a truck. And honestly, it was so much fun to make. There were a few things we did wrong. There were definitely a few cracked welds, and I definitely suck at welding. And it was also summertime, so we were welding in 90-degree heat, and if you know anything about welding, you're wearing a heavy leather apron, you're wearing thick pants, preferably jeans, so like any of the splatter doesn't burn you. You're wearing probably long sleeve, thick woolen clothes. So we were in these like heavy clothes in an unair conditioned barn, 90-degree heat, and the shape. Oh, the shape. It's a fun shape. The greatest thing I can compare the shape of this thing to is Sputnik that can be opened up and grilled burgers and dogs on. And welding it basically turned it into a heat ray. So as we are welding, it's blasting heat back at us, and we're not giving it time to cool between welds, so it just keeps getting hotter and hotter. It was interesting. Yeah. But, that was fun. I mean, there's just all sorts of creative stuff that you can get into as a hobby. I think it just makes things feel, I don't know, it just makes things feel better. Just like coming home after a long day's work, going, can't wait to do X, Y, or Z. And, like, there's more to life than chores and work. I mean, I love my job. People love their jobs. But, you need something that it's all you, that you don't have anybody else telling you how to do it, what to do, or when to do it. It's all you. It's what I like about hobbies. And, like, you can turn it into a challenge. You can turn it into, like, the same old, same old. You can use it as a vector for doing good or not. I don't know. You could, use knitting for evil if you so wish. I heard there are people who vandalize things by knitting around them. Which, poor, I guess, Susan and her retirement friends are hardened criminals knitting a park bench. But, yeah, I truly think hobbies are, like, the greatest thing ever. It's just a perfect outlet to work on it. These shapes might be easier to draw with a bigger pen. Yes. Maybe that is why I stopped using the roller pens. Because my hand has a mark on the side. It's not coming off. I guess I'm gonna have the, Oops, I'd already done goofed. Not surprising, honestly. I was gonna leave a little slide spot, but I guess that happy little accidents happen, and honestly, every time I try drawing something like this, I just get lost in the patterns and done goof. Such is life. I mean, if it bothers me enough, I can go in with like a whiteout marker or edit it in the software I use to touch up the images. Because whenever I scan these images, the scanner I have is incredible. It is this It scans like A3 or A4 paper. Whichever one of those actually exists. They might both actually exist. But it scans one of those, up to one of those sizes. It scans at over 4K resolutions. It is absolutely ridiculous. I got it for my coloring pages because for my first coloring book, I used Staples scanners. And their scanners work in a pinch if you need something scanned. But I didn't scan them all at once, and I didn't use the same scan settings throughout. And the scans were at less than 300 dpi, so the images were all blurry for the book. And when it came time to do art squared, I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna be doing adult coloring books and just making these for whatever, and I might as well just invest in a decent scanner now. So I invested in it, and it's wonderful. The only drawback is it doesn't like orange. Like, it always makes oranges look a little brown or a little red, depending on the shade. Which is, I guess, fine. Who needs orange, right? It's only the best, spookiest color on the planet. And sometimes it doesn't get the saturation on black and white. Like, they kind of get muted a little bit. So what I'll do is I will go into photo editing software. I personally use GIMP because it's free. And I don't have drawing tablets or anything, sir. There's a little bug. Where was I? Yeah, I don't have any drawing tablets. I prefer pen and paper. Always have. And so just to touch up images, crop and resize, and do the basic stuff, buying a program like Photoshop or Illustrate would have been expensive, and it just wasn't practical. So I decided, GIMP was free, and there's plenty of online resources on how to do stuff in that software, so might as well. This is coming out quite interesting. I don't know how long I'm gonna draw for. So, back on to hobbies, I guess. I've rambled about the importance of hobbies, but I mean, they're just really nice. And the hobbies I have, honestly, there's some benefits to having hobbies other than just, it gives you the feeling of satisfaction and enjoyment, and bringing it to completion, and always showing things off. I feel that way whenever I get an achievement in a video game, and I'm always going for achievements in video games. My current video game I've been playing, other than RuneScape and Horizon, I'm really good at falling to my death in that one, is Cookie Clicker. It is a great game where you just turn it on, and then you can leave for the afternoon, and oh look, I made progress! And I like it because it is simple, yet it is the most weird and chaotic game ever. There's grandmas becoming a hive mind, a cookie stock market, hacking the space-time continuum in multiple universes to get more cookies. It's just wacky. And there's some crazy, achievements, and you can, get combos and stuff, and you can just do some of the wildest things. I originally played the mobile game, and then I'm, looking at the achievements, because I want to know how to get all the achievements, and And there are achievements that just straight up aren't in the mobile version of the game, and then there are features that aren't in the mobile version of the game, and I'm like, maybe I should just get it for my computer. So I did. I caved. And it's just a good background task to have running. And I know it's like kind of a hobby, kind of just like a thing to occupy my mind, but I have a terrible time focusing on any one task, so having something I can kind of divide my attention to, or amongst is perfect. And I will watch videos while I play video games. Well, kind of more listen to them, but I'll draw, depending on how demanding the attention is, I will draw. One of my favorite games, RuneScape, is, I guess you could say it's in a way kind of an idle game, because you don't have to pay extreme attention to the game while you play it. I'm playing RuneScape right now, fun fact. Training necromancy, almost done with that skill, and there are activities in that game you can do that literally involve you clicking once every few minutes. And those activities I think are great for drawing for me. I guess you can consider them hobbies, but clicking once every 5 minutes to do a thing isn't exactly stimulating. But, I enjoy learning about lore-heavy games, storylines, and games where you can collect things. And if the game allows you to just get lost doing something, I absolutely love it. I love games with collectibles. I love these little patterns of these things. I actually came up with this little thing based off of Vera Bradley bags. Fun fact. Can I never escape allergies? Sorry, I'm very sniffly. I have had allergies since the dawn of time. I am just I'm allergic to the indoors, and I'm allergic to the outdoors. So, best of both worlds. Really looking forward to attempt number 3 at popcorn. I'm really enjoying drawing. It's such a great outlet for stress. And honestly, my advice, if you want more hobbies and you don't really know where to find them, what are you interested in? Ask yourself that. Do you have a specific interest or focus that you're interested in? And you could probably find a hobby in that. And mind you, some hobbies are crazy expensive. My friend got me into collecting Lego. None of my Lego sets have appeared in any of my videos, but I like collecting the plants. And there's one Lego set that has been calling to me, and I got it before they discontinued it, because I know the moment it's discontinued, the scalpers are coming. And that's the Lego Titanic. I told myself I would build it once I get a house or a condo, actually own property, not just rent. And me and my friend, and I'm gonna surround it by rocks because I also collect rocks. Not for any spiritual reason, I just think they're pretty and pretty neat. I really like titaniumized quartz. I like the metallic rainbow look of it. It's really cool. And, fun fact, all rocks are good for banishment if you throw them hard enough. And, you know, that is an expensive hobby. I don't spend money on Lego very often. When was the last time I spent? Maybe I was getting my friend a Lego set for, like, his birthday. Was the last time I spent money on Lego? There is one set I really want, and it's the Milky Way, I think it's the Milky Way. It's like this pixel art galaxy, and you can hang it on your wall. And, it looks so cool. I like the Lego plants because I can't accidentally kill them. I am not good at keeping plants alive. I'm good at keeping lizards alive. My lizards have not given me any complaints about their level of care. But plants, even like the ones that are like hard to kill, like succulents, I forget to water them, they die. I water them, they die. I give them sunlight, they die. Everything I do to them, they die. Except for a few things. I have this aloe plant. I call it the aloe that refuses to die. And I'm not a plant hobbyist, but if you like growing plants, great. You have a unique skill that I do not have. My stepmom has that skill. She can grow just about any plant, and she's like, yeah, I've got this monster albo, and I'm like, how did you get these beautiful monstras and other like plants? She's like, yeah, this one I propagated from a single root, and I'm like, the cactus you gave me died. I don't know what I did to it. She's like, did you water it? I'm like, only a little. And she's like, I don't know why it died. And the only plants I managed to keep alive is this like money tree, or it's like a luck tree. Don't know the actual name of it. It hasn't died, even though I rarely ever water it. This like squiggly fishbone cactus, it kind of looks like the seaweed from SpongeBob. And then the aloe that refuses to die. And I call it that because it looked dead. I put a little bit of water in it and it just came back to life. And it refuses to die so hard that the central plant of it shriveled up, and then 4 smaller aloes popped out of the sides. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You were so refusing to die that you had babies. So now I have 4 aloes that refuse to die. So those plants I've managed to keep alive for long, but everything else doesn't last. Which sucks, because when I get a house, I want a garden. So my plan for that is to get a garden of native wildflowers that are very hardy. So I just plant, and I want the ones that come back every year. So I plant them once, I'll let them do their thing, and I'm done for the season. And besides, native wildflowers are good for the bees and other native creatures, like mice and snakes. But man, plants are great. I just wish I was better at keeping them alive. So instead, I get fake ones and Legos. Like the adult that I am. This is starting out quite nice. Very interesting one. I will give it that. How long have I been coloring for? I have no idea. I am not keeping track of time. I am just rambling. I just want to keep drawing. I'll probably make a deal with myself. Finish up this circle. Call it a day. And then talk to you guys later. Do another one this week. Because, depending on how my homework goes, I might have time to film a second one of these this week. So I like these. They don't take a ton of editing. They don't take a ton of, like, energy filming. Literally, I just sit down, talk, draw. I've been writing down topics. Like, this week was supposed to be rambling about hobbies. And seriously, always explore hobbies. Like, they are so good for your physical and mental health. And who knows, you might be something creative. And it'll be the backbone. Like, these topics I can also visit in a more structured video when I have the time, but I might not have the time. I have a lot of homework. Today I happen to have the time because today is a holiday, which is quite pleasant. Sometimes my office gives us paid holidays off and vacation time. But I'm saving the rest of my vacation time because I don't have the 24th or the 23rd and 24th off. And on the 24th, I cook for my family of December. I cook a family dinner. Usually it's something that takes like 12 hours to cook. Yeah, that's probably why I stopped using those rolling pins. Alright, well, yeah, I cook dinner for my family, so I kind of need that off, so I'm using some of vacation time. But other than that, I guess that's it for now. We'll finish or continue work on this later. And I might go see if I can remove some of the roller pen smudge marks in the meantime. Alright, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. You know what to do. And have a good evening.